All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, first off, electronics are acting super weird today. Super, super weird. Perfectly fine. We'll get through it. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for people who find themselves watching this video and resonating without Pisces in their chart, not dealing with a Pisces. You know, claim your message. If it's for you, claim it. So, yeah. What's coming forward? Let us see. Oh, God. Something's coming forward. So, as you're traveling down your path, your spiritual path, you'll come across quite a few things that may or may not tickle your pickle. Official term, tickle your pickle. So, the things that don't tickle your pickle aren't necessarily things you should avoid. Okay. Trust me, guys, I don't want to be saying this. I'm being told to say this, that this is the message. Okay. So, you need to make sure you're not avoiding everything. All right. Life is not about having an easy time, having only giggles and whatnot. Life is about experiencing the full range of motion and emotion. All right. I'm suddenly super duper hot. I'm starting to sweat. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder if maybe something's coming forward to kind of finish off an old cycle, where maybe it's something from previous life and, it's kind of just run its course and it's finished and it's time to kind of just move forward. I'm wondering if that's it. Let's see. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. All right, I won't start with the sour. No sour, no salt. That's what he said. Oh, God. No sour, no salt. Maybe I should change the title. No sour, no salt. All right. All right. Just. Which card? No. Told no. This card. This deck. And I think we're done after this. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Crazy ride coming. There. There. All right. So, card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. It's this sense that you've closed your eyes to your own potentiality. In your attempt to avoid whatever it is you're trying to avoid, you have closed your eyes. You have to examine this internal conversation that's happening. See that like x-ray vision of the jawbone? For me, it's kind of feeling like that's internal conversation right now. You can see kind of the waves of communication, but your eyes are still closed. Your eyes are closed. The red dot on the third eye tells me that you haven't been using your third eye for more than just simply surviving your life. The third eye can be used for so much more than just that. You have the mind of a hermit. meaning you're probably keeping yourself separate to try and further analyze. Well, for those who are ready to, some of us have the mind of a hermit where we're trying to keep separate and just quietly observe and see where this is taking us, this journey. That's very chaotic. It's very, very chaotic. And it's like all of these pearls of wisdom that have been strung up by you, they're coming apart. You know, that necklace has been yanked, probably used to drag you by your higher self. And you're going to get through this, but it's a process where the more you fight it, the more difficult it's going to be. Okay. Card number 6, celebration. You are like a flower that blossoms only in the darkness. You have to celebrate this about yourself. Okay. You have to celebrate who you are. You can't keep trying to do your ascension process in accordance with how other people are progressing, how other people are experiencing their journey. Your journey is very, very unique. Very, very unique. Put this here. All right. Oh shit. Sorry. Oh my god. Card number 26. Honesty. Ooh, let the truth set what is hidden on fire in order to illuminate it, not destroy. This has to do with flames. The honest truth about flames. 2 is guidance, 6 is receiving. If you allow yourself to be guided to receive, 2 plus 6 is 8. Then 8 is a number of reunification. So now I'm wondering. Okay. Card number 14, the art of seduction. Are you seducing yourself? Are you allowing yourself to be seduced by um, some concept that someone else has told you? Like, oh, the two of you are soulmates, and this is a person who, treats you very poorly, um, acts as though they have no respect for you. Yeah, they're your soulmate, they're your TF. And so, okay, let's keep taking it. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe part of your connection has to do with you learning how to establish and enforce boundaries. Okay. You need to make sure your boundaries are healthy. And yes, you should absolutely have boundaries. I came across a person a few years back who had posted something that was like, if you preach unconditional love, how can you have boundaries? Boundaries are conditions. Well, because you can still love someone with them not being present in your life. You can absolutely continue to love someone and have them away from you. The first person you need to love is yourself. The first person you need to respect is yourself. When you love and respect yourself, even if you're just starting to do this journey of self love and self respect, then you'll begin to understand what is healthy and what is not healthy for you. Regardless of whether you've mastered those two things or not, you'll begin to have a concept of what you need, what you want, and what you will tolerate. Now, how you go about honoring those needs and fulfilling those wants, that's going to be a whole different story that needs to have more time for your journey to kind of unfold and ripen. Okay. Card number 10, become a loving mirror. When you don't allow other people to do things to you, that means you learn. Wait. When you are on that self love and self respect journey, you're learning how to establish what you will allow, what you will allow other people to do, how you'll let them treat you, what you'll accept, all of these things. You have to also apply that to yourself. If you wouldn't allow a stranger to like totally tear you down with words and make you feel as though you're nothing, why would you allow yourself to do that? Why would you speak harshly to yourself if you wouldn't speak harshly to a stranger. You are a part of the group that you promised to come into this life to love. You are a part of that. You're not separate from that. And so your learning has to not just be applied to you, but also applied to your environment. The lessons that are applied to your environment should also be applied to you. Okay. So card number 12, Black Moon Lilith, mystery. A lot of things are hidden. A lot of things are hidden. Feelings are hidden. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. So let me just. Black Moon Lilith, mystery. In revenge and in love, woman is more barbaric than man. Ooh. Ooh. For some, this might come with it a message of there's an acknowledgement that you've been hurt, you were slighted at some point, and almost like creation understands why you're behaving the way you are, why you're so resistant, and so combative to certain aspects of your journey. It's okay. It's okay. Your process is understood and honored, but but you need to leave space to kind of heal that wound and move forward from that hurt. You can't just stay there where excuse me. Sorry, I'm burping up my own bullshit. You can't stay in that place where you hurt my feelings once upon a time. I'm never going to trust you again. I'm never going to let you in my life. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see you. Sometimes you have to move forward from that, okay? And sometimes you have to just be like, all right, granted, I did get mad, I did get hurt, and I got mad because I was hurt, but we have to move forward from there. I can't just keep staying in that place because that's a place of toxicity. If you can't let those feelings go, then you remain in that pool of toxicity. You continue to sit in it. So, it's time to be careful. Think of what might manifest over anger, bitterness, or revenge. See what I'm saying? What have you worked so hard for may collapse. Let's see. This energy represents soul expansion and cosmological awareness. The forest in aloneness and the path of the individual. Black Moon Lilith is a dark goddess. She is a ghost to the moon as a shift in power and consciousness. She symbolizes destruction before creation. So I'm wondering if for some of us, this indicates a need to deconstruct those beliefs regarding certain individuals, regarding certain concepts, regarding concepts connected to certain types of soul connections. So let's see. She's the ancient goddess of mystery and transformation. Let's see. She represents the powers we hold in secret. When this card comes up in a reading, something lurks, something, and Pisces, y'all have known for a long time when you embody the potency of that Piscean energy, you have people watching you just nonstop. Some are watching you because they admire you, some watch you, if we're going to be honest, because they hate you. Why do they hate you? I don't know. I really don't know. Something about you just irritates their demons. So, this suggests female rebellion. Ooh, she can represent an angry mother, an enemy, or an embittered woman, or even a stalker or scorned woman. Ooh, here's a concept. Maybe there was someone who was really jonesing for you. Maybe they had a significant other, or there was someone who wanted them, but because they were so fixated on you, that person didn't really get the proper opportunity to connect with this individual who's fixated on you. Maybe that's the one that's embittered. I don't know. This card indicates a call to wildness, even subversion. Lilith is the evocation of what may or may not be there. She can manifest as madness or self realization. What if self realization is madness? What if to realize the self, you must traverse valleys of madness, low points so dark that you forget your actual identity as you know it? And maybe in forgetting who you are and feeling lost, you're presented with an opportunity to pave a new path and rediscover aspects of yourself that up until that point you weren't aware of. I'm just saying, that's some deep potentiality for growth. Lilith represents a refusal to submit. So it's not a good time to give in, even when the path seems a rough one. Okay. Um, I don't have no idea what you wrote. No idea. You have a feeling you're waiting for something to happen, but you don't have the entire information, so the facts are hidden or mysterious. Something stalks, you feel it. But Lilith is sharp. She knows, she senses, she processes what's there. Lilith also, based on ancient texts, ancient scripture, Lilith didn't take shit. She's not just going to lay there and let you do whatever the hell you want, unless that's what she wants too. So, maybe it's come down to you needing to know at this point that no, you don't have to just put up with people's bullshit. You can have standards, you can have expectations, realistic expectations, of course. When I say realistic expectations, if you are incapable of doing this for yourself, it's very unrealistic for you to expect from someone else something that you are unwilling or unable to do or provide for yourself. If you can't make yourself happy, then why the fuck would you think someone else could? That's insanity. If you can't do it for yourself, you probably should work on that before you begin expecting things from other people. Okay. So, mhm. Because let's see. Because Lilith feels slighted, she can represent a formidable foe or dangerous enemy. So, I wonder if some of us are embodying this Lilith energy where we feel slighted, we feel this, we feel that, and that's making us um, dark in a negative manner. Not this is not shadow work. This is just full on like going real dark because someone upset you, someone hurt your feelings, someone made you cry, and now you have to strike back. I mean, this is something that I realized about myself in my journey. One of the meanest, most hurtful things that I could ever do is not like publicly humiliate you, make you feel bad, or no, it's just staying away. Becoming so silent that my silence is deafening. Because I understand when I allow myself to be a part of your life, I take a lot of space in your field. The thought of me takes up a lot of room in your mind. And to pull that away, you're left with such a huge void, such a huge void. And so I don't have to go to war with you. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I simply just go away quietly. I don't need to be vindictive in that going away. I just know you lost a really good friendship. You lost a really good relationship. And that's that. That's that. I'm not doing it to punish you, but I do know it's very painful. If I leave, it's painful. By the time I leave, you've earned it. So I don't have to finagle with myself like, oh my gosh, is that so mean? Oh, but what if? No, there is no what ifs because I've sat and observed and observed and observed, and I've seen nothing but repetition, the same thing over and over. And at some point, as much as I love you, I have to love myself more. And that's the thing. This is not about loss of love. This is about shifting the focus of what you're loving the most. I should always love me the most, And that's something that I often struggle with, where I will love other people more than myself. Oftentimes, my husband gets really irritated with, like, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm super dizzy already." And then, my kids don't know, and they'll come and like, "Oh, can I have that?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he'll be like, "No, mommy's hungry." And I'm like, "No, I can wait. Just give it to them." And he's like, "You just said you were dizzy," because I have hypoglycemia. And I'm like, "It's fine. I'll drink some juice." And it's things like that where a small shift, it's not necessarily that the children were hungry, you know, they were just interested in what was prepared for me. So shifting that focus from me to my child, it's understandable, but is it healthy? Is it loving of the self? Will it benefit the child to see the mother pass out because she gave away the food that she should have eaten in that moment? No, it creates more trauma. And that's the thing when you do this with other people, where you withhold from yourself in order to cater to other people, cater to their curiosity, cater to their preferences, whatever it is. You have a need and it's not their need. And instead of fulfilling your need before whatever theirs is, you're withholding from your inner child. That causes trauma to your inner child. That further perpetuates whatever traumas were unhealed up until that point. It amplifies it. So then you become, for lack of a better way to explain, even more damaged, but that much more silently. Okay. Card number 10, releasing allegiances. You just have to let go of this allegiance to anyone but yourself. You you have to. Being someone, I myself, I'm a very, very loyal person. If I have love for you, I will fucking go to war for you, no questions asked. I will always back you up. And it's like, do I really need to do that? Does that really serve anyone? Or does that leave both of us in a very distorted frame of mind? Where instead of them addressing whatever lessons their soul brings to them, now they're expecting you to always be involved, always interfere. And when you interfere, you are actually robbing them of elevated potentiality. You're taking away their opportunity to reach higher levels of potentiality. So, in reality, you're not helping them. You are creating and sustaining a distorted connection. So it's time for you to have loyalty first to yourself. My loyalty, oops, my loyalty to myself, it's not just I'm selfish or self centered. My husband is an expression of me. He is a part of me that exists outside of myself. My children are basically like Takesha Firefly Martinez, amazing poet, said one time. She referred to her children as her heartbeats. They are her heartbeats walking outside of her. And that's how my children are. So my loyalty to myself extends to those who I love because they are parts of me. My friends are reflections of parts of me that I cherish. That's why I cherish them so much. And I don't look at my friends like, "Oh, you're that part of me that's," no, I just have love for them. But when I sit and think about it, they're an expression of a part of me that maybe I don't have the courage yet to fully appreciate. And so instead of appreciating it within myself, I'm appreciating it in my reflection. So, royalties to self does not mean you've totally ignored everyone around you, everyone that's important to you. It's actually quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. If you can shift your perception of who you are and who the people are in your life, like if you mean something to me, if I respect you, I will never disrespect someone you love. That's hard for me because to disrespect someone you love, that's the same thing as disrespecting you. They are an expression of you. That's why they're in your life. If you were to disrespect my husband, that's the same thing as disrespecting me. Fuck that shit. I'm not having none of that. Nope. 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 And it's not because I'm some woman that's like, oh, anything for my man. No, no. It's because I understand he is such a huge reflection of some of the most deepest, most hidden parts of myself. Okay. So, card number 13, free spirit. You have to allow the flames to heat the air and cause you to rise. Think of it as like a hot air balloon. That fire doesn't destroy anything. That fire is the very reason that balloon continues to rise. And that's what you have to do. Even when people try and set your world on fire, you have to continue to rise. This card was right beside it. Uh, the heat from that struggle, the heat from the honesty, your struggle with that honesty, with that truth, it has to be part of the reason why you continue rising. Okay. Um, card number 19, wishing. What are you wishing for? Oh, someone's wishing something that has to do with you. For some of you, someone is wishing for something that has to do with you. It has to do with, like, they're very passionate in their belief. Not passionate like lustful passion, passionate in, um they believe something very strongly. It has to do with you. They believe this in some sort of connection. All right. Card number 14, Ubuntu, compassion for others. Do you have compassion for others or is it enablement? Which one is it? Are you blinding yourself from the truth of their connection to you? And what I mean by that is, are you having a hard time accepting that they are not healthy for you or that your avoidance of them is not healthy for yourself? You have to make sure your compassion is not one that is distorted. Okay. Card number 21, tiny triumphs. Excuse me. I don't, uh, it's a tiny triumph. I don't know. Like, I kind of get the feeling that there's things being whispered to your soul. I don't know if they're communicating telepathically. Uh, for some of you, someone is communicating with you telepathically. Really, really, like, just pulling and pulling and pulling, like, please notice, please notice, I need you to notice. That's the message I'm being given. Please notice, I need you to notice. Card number 30, sixth house routine. Ooh, for some, this is a routine that happens life after life between you and some other person. All right. The body is a sacred garment. You must change your usual way of looking at things. So, if it's happening life after life, this is very important for you to really grab a hold of and begin to really understand. Okay, you don't want to have to keep repeating this life after life. I believe so strongly that this is a life where we all have the opportunity to level out the karmic board. You know, whatever karmic load you have accrued from distortions, from difficult connections, from misunderstandings through several lifetimes. This is the opportunity you have in this life. You have the opportunity to clear all of that, to reconnect with that soul in this life and begin to heal those parts, begin to finish off those lessons so they don't carry over to the next life. Um, when this card presents itself in a reading, an important thing to consider is your state of health. Okay. Um, for your future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. Okay. Let's see. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You might find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Let's see. Completing what you start is important. The sixth house card does not suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. Hmm. Oh, does suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. Interesting. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be for something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you are wanting. You will have to go step by step and have patience. It is not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. So, what's coming towards you? Something that's taken its time. It's something or someone that has taken their time. They've really, really sat and thought about how to approach this, how to approach you, what should be said, how it should be said, the method with which to say it, like text, call, email. Oh, they're looking for a way to reach out. They're looking for a way to reach out. I guess, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like it has to do with privacy. Um, hmm, I don't know. Has to do with wanting to keep things quiet. I think at least until they know, until they're confident in how you will accept or not accept them, they want to keep any potential embarrassments um, as quiet and hidden as possible. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let us see. All right. Card number 18, Spirals of Manifestation. I look at this card and I get this sense that they've been trying to find a way, or you've been trying to find a way for such a prolonged period. But every single time you feel like, okay, this is it, I'm going to be able to do it, or they feel that way, something happens to make them question and retreat. Question and retreat. What is that about? They're afraid of you. Um, it's almost this feeling as though they can no longer deny, ignore, explain away your importance in their life, in their journey. And they're afraid. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of coming forward, but they're afraid of losing you too. I don't know. Someone got to make up their mind. Like, you're either going to do something or you're not. You're either going to do something or you're not, you know? And whatever you choose to do, stick with it. Stick with it. You know, whether it's you or the other person, whatever you choose to do, just play it out. If you're struggling without them there, I mean, you're already struggling. You're already hurting. So, wouldn't you rather hurt and know exactly where you stand? You know what I mean? Where if you try to approach someone, oh, Michael says for some people, I'm joking. For some people, if you're dealing with a Piscean like me, you might have to try a couple times. Oh my God. Why are you giving people tips on how to harass me? Okay, it's not harassment. He said to take that back. He's saying you might have to give someone like me several attempts. You're encouraging stalkers. You might have to give, if whoever you're dealing with is similar to me, you might have to give them several attempts, because the first attempt to connect, for me personally, I would absolutely use that as a way to fucking claw the shit out of you. I'm trying to outgrow this. I'm trying to outgrow this, okay? But, for some people, it might take a little more time. It might take a little bit more time to outgrow, the temptation of using that first attempt to contact you as an opportunity to just fucking claw the shit out of you. I won't. Michael says you have to stop doing that. No more of that. Okay, I won't. I won't. I haven't clawed anyone in a very long time. Card number 26. Sacred journey. So your sacred journey is one that is very, very twisted up on itself. Okay. The path of ascension is very similar to that Fibonacci sequence, that golden ratio, that sacred spiral that tightens and rises up into itself. Okay. Once you reach a point where you've tangled yourself enough, the only option, the only feasible solution to that tangled mess that was created is to rise above it, to exit that mess. And it's at that point when you exit and you begin seeing things differently, taking different routes, using a different set of directions, a different set of rules. That's when you open yourself to expansion. Okay. If you keep doing the same thing, over and over and it's not worked for you, what makes you think it's going to work for you like a year from now, 2 years from now? If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to continue to get the same result. Okay. uh, Excuse me. All right. So the truth of it is, on some level, your souls, you and another person, or maybe several people, took an oath. You guys took an oath, and that oath lasts from cover to cover. This entire life, that oath is active, unless there is some sort of adjustment. Unless there's an adjustment made in that energetic agreement. Um, I guess the two of you are stuck. I guess the two of you are stuck. Um, oh, oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. They're losing their grip. It's either you or them. Someone's losing their grip because they've been wishing for an opportunity to be honest about this heat that exists between the two of you. Um, I don't know. Does that look like two people? Like they're kind of resting their heads on each other, facing each other. Um, mm, I don't know if that's both of you guys are being wishful about something. But this is going to continue. This connection is going to continue from cover to cover. Each life is its own book. Okay. So your soul has a library of books. This life is one book. It's a particular book that's still being written. The oath, it will continue to exist from cover to cover. Card number 23, Panacea. There's a solution for every problem. Everything that you go through, you can resolve it. With or without anyone's help, you can resolve it within yourself. That resolution is very much about shifting the way you perceive that circumstance, the way you see that struggle. If you can shift it, you can resolve it. Okay. So, are you tied to the same thoughts that have kept you basically imprisoned? Are you a prisoner of your thoughts? Do you keep thinking about the same thing over and over and continuously failing to muster up the courage to apply whatever solutions you find? And that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you less than. It's just something you need to recognize, okay? If you're going to continue to struggle through things, you need to begin to recognize where that struggle comes from. What is continuing to feed that struggle, because once you do, you can then resolve that struggle. Okay? Card number 6, listen. You have to just listen. You have to listen to the messages of soul, even if you feel as though your ears are stuffed. You have to listen to the messages of soul. Um, This is about your personal power. What are those? Hold on. Let me see the meaning of that flower. Okay, it symbolizes innocence and purity. This stems from an old Celtic legend. Freya is a goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. It's about new beginnings, childbirth. Let me see. Okay. Vitality, radiance, quick wit, communication, and creativity. Oh, giving daisies to someone who is making a big step forward is the best way to use the flower. So, this is about taking that big step forward. I think your soul is speaking to you to take a big step forward. It has to do with your personal power. Being able to do that step, I think it's going to help your personal power to blossom. It might even be the very thing that adjusts whatever energetic agreement you have with another soul. Card number 7, Jupiter, abundance. The lips of the wise are as the doors of a cabinet. No sooner are they open, but treasures are poured out before thee. Ooh, the lips of the wise. Your higher self is extremely wise. And once it communicates with you, it's giving you treasures that will help guide you to a life of abundance. Expect doors to swing open. Oh, shit. Whatever doors you thought were sealed shut, they're being opened. With or without your permission, they're being open. These doors must open because without them being open, with them remaining shut, you continue to exist in a self created, self maintained internal prison. So, by far, okay, let's see. Jupiter casts off more heat than it takes from the sun, and thusly, this giant planet is one of generosity and joyfulness. This energy is a soother of hurts and bruises and promises a period of good fortune when hard luck is coming to an end. It can represent the father and what you have inherited from your father, that masculine energy. Okay. When the energy of Jupiter enters your reading, you can be assured luck is on your side and fortune shines on you. You're being given not only a gift, but also a lift, if not divine help. Blocks are being removed as you wield influence through your own positivity and goodwill. This is certainly an astrological lucky break, but you won't be able to kick back and rest on your laurels. Instead, you will be required to attend to what you set into place and keep the positivity and attention flowing. You must continue to nurture the energies to the projects or events you have started. Otherwise, they could fall into entropy or decay. Ooh, when it comes to providence and fortune, there's always a payment due, some toil or sacrifice on your part. So do keep this in mind. You're on your way. Just don't neglect things or become lax in your endeavors, which are traits of Jupiter as well, meaning the possibility of taking important matters for granted. Oh, it's almost this, it's like this feeling. It's this feeling that doors are absolutely being opened, potentiality and opportunity is being presented to you, either to you or to whoever this reading is for you, whoever you feel this reading is about. And whoever it is that needs to make a move better make a move fast because that door is closing. The opportunity is being wasted away if you don't do anything about it. Okay. Um, and I think this might have to do with more than just romantic connections. This might have to do with deep soul connections, friendships, relationships with family, just like really intense connections. Let's pull a final card. All right. Let's see. All right. Card number 8. I'm sorry. Cosmic Heart. I was dead, I became alive. I was tears, I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. I hear it and weep. In sublime reverence, I bow to this living, beating, loving heart of the universe. It echoes throughout all of creation. Once, some time ago, I was deaf. I had not heard one true sound, much noise, but no truth. So I believed in many things not worth believing in. Then, in a moment of my crisis that cracked my heart open, I was given a gift. Though I felt fear and confusion, a gift came to me more powerful than those temporary ailments. That gift was the ability to hear the sound hidden beneath all life. I heard it, that sacred sound of the beating heart of universal love. Now I know that belief in unworthy things like fear and doubt is lunacy. Even my loneliness became unconvincing to me. We are animated by this living heartbeat, part of life that is sustained by it. You and I, the planets, the birds, and the fishes, emerge from the great source because of this beating heart of the universe. It pumps life through our veins. What proof of this is needed? You live. That is the proof. I hear it everywhere now. It has become so loud, louder than any word of fear. It resonates through my soul and eclipses any tremor of anxiety. There is a time on the journey of love when the beloved, that would be you and me, sweet soul, is prepared to engage more completely with the heart of the divine lover. The preparation will be a rich process, spiritually speaking. It may also feel like being beaten, pummeled, simmered, and stirred in the pot of the divine master chef to become a sacred and savory meal fit for the most heavenly of feasts. This is a courageous and bold process, one that will create the most delicious aromas in the soul. And yet, it is one that will likely take us right to the place we would rather avoid, places of confrontation with pain, but where the loss of its grip on our being no longer lets us quake and retreat from life in fear or uncertainty. You have been through these tantalizing trials, the push to surrender fear, the realization your attempts to control amount to not so much. So why not abandon them altogether? The trials have asked you to confront every part of your being that holds itself back in resistance to what is, in resistance to what life presents at this very moment. You have been asked to become comfortable with the possible discomfort of not knowing and to understand you don't have to understand anything for life to work out with perfect synchronicity and generous grace. Sorry. You have been asked to bear darkness without losing hope for the return of the light. You have been asked to trust in your own heart wisdom when your mind was terrorized by nightmares and hallucinations of fear. They were so powerful, you were certain they must be real, that you must be crazy not to run and hide somehow, somewhere. And yet here you are, still loving, still wise, and ready for a love bigger than you have ever experienced before. So we step forward together, you and I. I link my arm through yours and I urge you on. Let us run together and jump over the edge. No more half living in any way for you and me. We will weep crystal clear tears, and we will laugh with such joy that stars will burst forth, borne upon our exaltations. We will hear the beating of the cosmic heart pounding in our ears, and how we shall dance to it. That sacred, intoxicating rhythm moves hips and hands and hearts, raising the soul from slumber. But that heart does beat so loud. It can be startling to the parts of you unused to such wild, unconditional affection and rowdy playfulness. You may worry if this great love is not going to be careful enough with you. What if you get tossed around in the great oceans of love? You will surely be disoriented and become lost to the world you once knew. How then will you know where to go? Fear not, my soulmate. Love has its wisdom and its way. We shall become lost in its genius together. While our minds are tipped this way and that, tumbled in love's great waves, we shall be forced to surrender our useless intelligence and become mindless. Then how easy it shall become for the perfection of love to guide us. For there shall be nothing within to question and resist. We will no longer have to find the way, for we will have become the way. So within you is a struggle. There's a lot of struggles that seem as though they seek to destroy you. But in reality, what's really being destroyed is your resistance to your own path, to your own process. And it sounds as if your path, your process is absolutely commingled with another. And you can go through this process alone, or you can stop resisting and allow this process to involve whoever needs to be involved so that it can unfold in an even more beautiful and less struggle way. Okay. So I hope this gives whoever needed it clarity. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I also have in the description of this video um, instructions on how you can join my text notification. So I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.